and welcome to Caterpillar Crochet's Baby Pumpkin Crochet Along. And in this video I'm going to show you how to make these little crocheted pumpkins right from the very beginning, using double knitting acrylic and a 3.5mm hook. Now this project's great if you've not done any crochet before, or for the more experienced crocheter. It's small, quick to make, and you don't need too much stuff. And I'll be crocheting along with you as you go. For a written pattern, please see the link in the text below. Now this is what I use as a stitch marker. It just shows where to start and finish a row. So we're going to start by doing 6 single crochets in a magic ring. And if you haven't done one of these before, I've got a link to another video at the end. So there's the first single crochet, so I'll pop my stitch marker just in here. And then do 5 more, so there's 6 in total. And there's round 1 completed. Now I give this bit a little tug just to make the stitch a bit bigger and make it easier to push the hook through. So round 2 I remove the stitch marker and we want to do 2 single crochets into each of these stitches. So you should have 12 stitches in this row by the end. And don't forget to put your stitch marker back in. Now I never claim to be an expert in crochet, so if you know ways to do these things better, then that's absolutely fine. Also, the camera makes me nervous and makes me do silly things like that. And after a quick count you'll find there are 12 stitches. So the start of round 3, remove the stitch marker and we want 2 stitches, 2 single crochets in this first stitch, not forgetting to put your stitch marker back in. And then 1 single crochet in the next stitch. And then follow this pattern all the way round, so 2 single crochets in one stitch and then 1 single crochet in the next stitch. And if everything's gone to plan, you should have 18 stitches. So the start of round 4, I'll remove the stitch marker. We want 2 single crochets in this first stitch, not forgetting to put the stitch marker back in. and then a single crochet into each of the next 2 stitches. And carry on till you get to the stitch marker. And now you should have 24 stitches. And on to round 5, so remove the stitch marker. You want 2 single crochets in this first stitch. Again, not forgetting to put the marker back in. Then a single crochet in the next 3 stitches, and repeat that all the way round until you get back to the stitch marker. So 2 single crochets and then a single crochet in the next 3. Sorry about this, the thread's just splitting a little bit and bits are coming through onto the hook that shouldn't be there. Now a quick count and you should have 30 stitches. And we're on to round 6, so remove the stitch marker and we want 2 single crochets into this first stitch. And then a single crochet into the next 4 stitches. Sorry about the cat fur and the wonky camera angles, I'm sure it will be back on track soon. Just carry on round until you get back to the stitch marker. you should have 36 stitches after a quick count. More fur, whoops, sorry. Now you can see this has created a flat shape. So the next stitches we're going to do are all going to have the same number of stitches in them. So it's going to cause the shape to curve round a little bit. So we want to do one single crochet into each stitch. Now rounds 7 to 11, so 7, 8, 9, 10 and 11 are done in this exact same way. So you'll see me here doing row 7 and then I'll pop back just as I've finished row 11. Otherwise you'll get bored stiff watching. So again, just to repeat, we're doing rows 7 to 11, all single crochet in each stitch. And there'll be 36 stitches in each of these rows. So here we are, I've just finished round 11 and you can see what a lovely cup shape it's made. So just tuck the end in here. So we're going to start round 12 by single crocheting 2 together. So this is the way I do it. In the front loop of the first stitch and the front loop of the second stitch, then wrap the yarn round and continue like you were doing a single crochet. Let's undo it to show you again. So put the hook through the front loop, you can see there the 2 loops in the V, through the front one of the first stitch and the front one of the second stitch. Wrap the yarn over, pull it through, wrap the yarn and pull it through again. Stitching 2 stitches together, which we need to do to decrease the number of stitches, and it's often written as SC2 tog, single crochet 2 together. Then we want to single crochet into the next 4 stitches, but just be careful which stitch you use because this bit here has actually been already used by that stitch, so we want to go into this bit here. And carry this on all the way round. So single crochet 2 together in 1 stitch, then single crochet in the next 4 stitches. So I'll do it again nice and slowly for you. Front loop, yarn over, pull them through, yarn over, pull them through. And again, not these stitches here because they're already used up in that stitching the 2 together. So we want this little one here, that's actually your stitch you want to put the next single crochet into. So sometimes it feels a bit further away than you think when you're a beginner, but you'll get used to it, it'll be okay. you can see it's starting to curl in at the edges, so it's kind of tipping round the top of the pumpkin. And it's always worth double checking how many stitches you've got in each row. You should have 30 in this row. So the start of round 13, we're going to single crochet 2 together in the first stitch. Then we're going to single crochet into the next 3 stitches. And we're going to do that all the way round until we meet the marker again. And when you get to the end, you should have 24 stitches. Now it's time to add in the safety eyes. You don't have to use them, it's just that I had some and I thought I might as well. You can use little French knots on the end if you want to, just whatever you've got that works for you. And these are 9mm across. And just to show you where I put them, I had 3 rows down from where we are at the moment. 1, 2, 3. And just pop them through a little hole, and then 3 stitches apart. But again, put them wherever you like. This is just what I used, so I just thought I'd show you that. And then just snap on the backs. And there you go, the eyes are all fitted in. So this is the start of round 14, where we're going to single crochet 2 together in the first stitch, and then single crochet in the next 2 stitches, and do that all the way round until you reach the stitch marker again. So now when you get it right, like I did the first time, you should have 18 stitches. And it's time for the stuffing. So you want to kind of push and prod it into shape a little bit, but make it feel nice and rounded. Now you want it to be reasonably firmly stuffed, but as you can see, just by pushing my thumb through, I've sort of stretched the stitches. You don't want to be able to see stuffing by stretching it too hard. So firmly, but not stretching it. Now if you have a little look at the eyes, the stuffing tends to push the backs of the eyes down. So if you just kind of push a little bit of stuffing sort of underneath the little sticky bits of the back of the eye, then they tend to lie flatter. So on to round 15. Now we're going to single crochet 2 together, and then we're going to single crochet in the next stitch. So single crochet 2 together, popping back in the stitch marker, then a single crochet, and repeat this all the way round until you get back to the stitch marker. And if you're more awake than I was and have done it right, then you should have 12 stitches now. Stuff any more little gaps that you've created. Now we're going to do the final round, round 16, where we're going to single crochet 2 together all the way round. and you should have 6 stitches now. Now, because of the way that this pumpkin is constructed, we need to be able to wrap the thread around at least 3 times. So here's 3 times and a little bit extra, and just snip it off there. And finish it off by just pulling the tail through this loop. There we go, he's all ready to have his stalk put on later. And now it's time to make the stalk. So in round 1 we're going to single crochet 4 into the magic ring. And pop in the stitch marker like we did before. Again, give the marker a little tug just to increase the size of that first stitch. So the start of round 2 we're going to single crochet into each stitch, so you should have 4 stitches at the end of the row. And when you finish the second row, just turn it the right way out by just giving it a little wiggle. Just pull the bottom through like this. So round 3, and we're going to single crochet in each stitch again. So you should have 4 stitches still by the end of the round. Sorry it keeps disappearing off camera there, but hopefully you should still get the idea. These smaller pieces can be a little bit more fiddly to finish. And here we are at the start of round 4, and we want to single crochet in each stitch once more. Hopefully finishing with 4 stitches in the row again. Now round 5 is a little bit different. We're using the front loop only. We're going to put 2 single crochets into each stitch, so you should have 8 stitches when you finish the round. And as you can see, there are 2 loops that make up a stitch, so you want to push the needle through just the front one, just the first one. This will cause this row to sort of splay out a little bit like the brim of a hat. Now we're going to do a little split stitch to make this bit a little bit more smooth so there isn't that little step. I did of course mean slip stitch, not a split stitch. That's embroidery, not crochet. Then just snip the thread long enough so that you can sew the stalk to the pumpkin and then just tie it off. And now you're ready to sew your baby pumpkin together. And I've put a link at the end to a video to show you how to do this. And if you've enjoyed the video, please feel free to subscribe to the Caterpillar Crochet YouTube channel.